Alright, let's do this. Alright. Check that. Make sure all that's good. Oh boy, oh boy. We ready for some slams today, let me tell you. Uh-oh. What the? Okay. Okay. Are we good now? Is everything good, chat? Getting some things going on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. All right. That was weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I did that. See if the transition, did that work? Transition looks good. Weird. Really weird. All right, well, let's just get to it. Looks like it's all working now. Working out, yep. Hello, everyone.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of Edge of Twilight, Path of Hades, episode 29.
Are you the oldest person here, Arcadum?
No.
I'm 35.
He is not. Yeah, I'm a few months older than Arcadum is.
Oh, Waymaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, old man.
I will be 30. I will be 36 in precisely 1 month.
Oh, man.
Birthday's coming up.
Happy
Yeah.
early birthday.
Birthday.
We'll be in a fight, so perfect.
My birthday is in 10 days.
Out of the 26 games you play in, dibs on the birthday 20 in this one.
Now that's funny.
I want your.
That's kind of funny.
That's like, oh, good. We'll be in a fight then. We could use that birthday 20.
We all know Ginny doesn't deserve a birthday 20, so I mean, honestly.
Oh, wow. Ginny doesn't deserve her birthday 20.
Wow.
Doesn't deserve to succeed.
Imagine
right.
using a birthday 20.
Having a bit of a character bleed, I
times.
see.
Twilight Mouse definitely doesn't deserve a birthday 20.
Twilight Mouse cannot use the birthday 20 at this time.
Nope. She is dead.
She is dead.
My
For
my birthday.
She was dead.
Then she's gonna be revived and find out so many things happened.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
gosh. Yes, no kidding. Like the story of that fight's gonna be a fever dream. Anyway, let's talk about this session. Let's
Sounds
I
good.
hear, here's a brand new one.
Hey, you got some recap for me over there? What's going on?
Oh wait, I got one recap.
One
to-
One.
recap.
Yeah,
You get one recap
Deposit.
token.
I will deposit one recap, please.
Go right ahead.
Previously, on the edge of Twilight, Path of Hades. After completing our cleanse on Wiesen, we would soon join forces with the Guardians of Wiesen, as the temple will now be a home for us all. A place we could plan, train, and commune with one another. With new knowledge in mind, preparations would need to be made. Some of us would head to the marketplace to buy and sell, and others would explore their own ventures, yes. Most importantly, Seno would gain the finances needed to purchase the VOS suits for everyone. In addition, I would gain some insight on my Vulcan diamonds. I would be giving one to the doctor and one to Sira. Afterward, a long-awaited conversation would occur between the doctor and Sira that included Mulu, I suppose. This resolve of such feelings would end in a rather ambiguous manner, yeah? In my mind, it makes me consider the doctor's warnings of other intentions. Though I will keep such words in mind, I must not let our morale break. We have an abundant amount of responsibility ahead of us, and quarrels between one another would only endanger our current objective. I must keep a close eye on these adventurers. I have a strange sense of foreboding that I cannot shake. But, in the meantime, we have decided to split our forces. Sira, Melee, and I would attempt a scouting mission to gain as much information on Dark and Light as we can, while the others would continue to safeguard the temple. Let us hope the forces of the universe are with us.
Alright, inspiration for you.
Clap.
Clap. Clap.
Good job.
Clap. Clap.
Clap.
Clap. Clap.
Thanks, yeah, thanks a lot.
I'm sorry. I'm out of it, guys.
Activating
Most
clap.
AI clap.
AI rocks up.
Running program. Applause.exe.
Clab,
Yeah, thank you.
clab, clab, clab.
Dog clap sound.
You misspell clap and it's clab instead of clap.
Yeah, I actually spell it with a B.
I would be surprised
Clap.
sometimes I do that.
You clab.
Yeah.
We clapping.
Alright. Enough laughing. Hey, what do you guys want to do? Handle your scout mission then?
Sure.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Let's
do it.
A little bit of scouting.
A little bit of scouting over here, yeah.
Okay.
Taking a peek, taking a gander, if you will.
Taking a ganderino. Let me go get the map loaded for you. You're going to be peeksing that you're going to be zooming in on. Let me see that Tootsie Roll.
Okay.
Well,
Yep, here it is.
hypnotic, robotic.
Ah, yes.
He did his giggle again. Someone stop him.
Binaural.
It's like high school all over again.
High school never ends.
Wow. Relatable. Very good.
I love that. Paced and relatable. Let's see here. And where I put that thing.
I'd just be the only one laughing in class, and the teacher would be like, "All right, ladies, calm down. Everybody, it's time for class." And I'd be like, "Aw."
Aw. The only one laughing. All right, ladies.
Okay, ladies, I need you to stop.
Ah!
I'm about to say, what is your cursor doing? Just saw it going back and forth.
I love when I'm just idling. I just like create these like select boxes and I just move them up and down.
He
Oh,
loves that.
that's what
He
you
loves that, and we love it for him.
And I misclicked and suddenly grabbed Sano and just moved him onto the mountain.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see Dark and Light.
Here it is.
I wonder if they're gonna have very highly detailed toes like all the other angels.
What? Why did you
I mean,
say it like that?
That's
I'm
Like,
just saying,
did,
there
did,
is a
did anybody hear the
frequency-
vocal fry she added? Like, I hope they have tone.
Wait,
Look.
fries?
highly
No.
detailed toes is an
Don't trigger
angelic
him
trait.
yet.
Very important.
Highly detailed toes, or HDT. I hope they got some HDT over there.
HDT. Oh,
God, I love HDT, guys.
I'm just noticing a frequency between all of these angels. you know, they just have highly detailed feetsies, alright?
BTs. The cuter you try to say it, the worse it gets. Oh, they have good little feetsies and toes.
They have little toe beans. Very
I get
detailed.
it now.
It's my gremlin brain coming out.
Little beanie boys.
Little
The little
beanie
toe
boys.
beans.
Little beanie boys is.
How are those little beanie boys doing
Beanie
today?
Boys.
That's even worse, dude. Like little
Yeah,
beanie
it
boys.
is.
Little beanie boys.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do.
Okay, you guys going a day or night?
I think.
That's a good question.
It would have been whatever the time of day was. We didn't really
Okay.
set a time.
In that case,
Essie, do you remember what spells we used? I think I upcasted regular invis, and you were using the spoofing.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So that means I would have a 4th level being used. Okay. Got
My
In that
fries are
case-
trying to send me into food
in that
coma.
case, you will get there at. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm an idiot. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't have.
Burp, burp, burp.
Yap. Okay.
God, he turned into a freaking Morse code signal.
Did you call it Mosh code?
Morse code.
Mosh code?
That's code.
Did you call it the
Mr.
Enigma
Morse?
machine?
Morse code.
No, the nationality.
Of Reigns? German.
What?
What? Right?
American. Okay, American.
What? What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course, Americans invented Morse code.
Wow, he lived till he was 80. This is in the 1800s too.
Wow.
Yeah, 80 in the 1800s is like 103 today.
He looks
Well,
like a very highly
technically
decorated
the-
military guy.
It's a
Technically,
million.
the average age is heavily influenced by the mortality rate, and a lot of kids died really early at that time. So
Shut
people would
up.
live to the same length, they just didn't do it as often.
Thanks for informing us, Playmaker.
Sorry, I'm a nerd.
I feel, and now I have to refresh Foundry. God, I hate this.
Yeah. Wait.
It
what's the bad
happens.
one?
It happens randomly. Like I don't get it. Like I'll try to load something, it won't load. I have to sit there fucking 3 minutes, and then I have to refresh Foundry.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's just I have too many maps now loaded into it, and it's just slow. I'm gonna have to look into that. Maybe I can separate things in chapters next time. Well, no, because I'd have to build the whole thing again. Odds seems.
I just got
completely-
an instant flashback to Radigan being like, "Oh, you want to lighten the load?" And just like toss people off the server. Just start dropping them.
Oh, you want to lighten the load, dude. Dude, Radigan was a great Disney villain.
Mhm.
He fed people to his cat,
Yes.
and then he just like, oh, my dude, they just fucking. I'm sorry, I'm loading
Wait, what?
Foundry, guys. Another I gotta wait for it to load. Sorry.
Wait, what
It is
movie?
12:30.
The Great
Sir?
Mouse Detective Rings.
I've never heard of that.
Well,
my
it's
God.
time to educate yourself. Kurt.
God,
That
brains.
is one for the list.
educating him?
Everything you say makes me violently angry.
Whoa.
Everything.
Everything I say. Yeah.
He's fuming right now
happening?
because he just said that.
He's about to feed you to his giant cat.
That's right. Oh, Radigan. Oh, Radigan.
He's gonna summon Duncan Light on top of Sano and just kill him outright. I can see it right now.
Rings a bell. Ding ding ding.
Ding ding ding. Ah!
Can Light just show up and start like trying to eat Sano?
And you all just look over.
And there
That's
we
a weird Friday afternoon.
All right, I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, first things first. You were using which spells and abilities? I can check mark all that off.
Kira has a 4th level invisibility. That is on 1 on her, 1 on books, 1 on melee.
Okay.
Remind me why you wanted me to be using spoofing and not Delatot. I can't remember the difference between seeming and invisibility to digital senses. Like, why was spoofing better for this particular instance?
I don't remember.
What is
Cool.
the spoofing?
We just want to be regular invisible and digitally invisible.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's
then
all I remembered.
I think I'm using whatever, Delatot.
Automatica.
All right. You got it.
This is
But
spooky.
I'm pretty sure that I upcast it because I wanted to target all of us.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Go.
I'm spooked.
Let's see how our invises hold up. I'm excited.
Mhm.
All right. Loading you guys in. As the party moves forward, eventually they fly over the top of Oasis towards the energy signature that Dark and Light give out. Up ahead, as you get closer, though it is only afternoon, you notice that light begins to shift around you the closer and closer that you get, until finally you feel as if you are in a twilight. Up ahead, you can see a stone structure built on top of a large metallic structure, which Havaris will recognize as an engine suite. Buried within the earth underneath that, you can see more metal pieces protruding throughout. The building built on top of it seems to have a large stone dome, like an acropolis, and around it, ornate marbled stones and decorative tiles accentuate its border. There is a small, detachable bridge that attaches it to the rest of Oasis, and in the back you can see a large platform that is glowing with light. Light that forms a protective dome around an entity that you can see the shadows of. And I will now load the...
Oh, baby. Ooh. That's nice looking.
Alright, everyone loaded?
I'm in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
The map is active.
All right. So up ahead, it looks like is this gate open?
That gate.
I'm sorry, guys. I have terrible timing. I'll be right back.
You're good. You're saying, Arcadum?
That gate is closed. Yes.
Do we see anybody?
You see that there is no one here.
It is quiet.
It is quiet. Yes.
Does so this whole thing is kind of like covered in a stone dome, like an Acropolis, or is this the Acropolis?
This is the Acropolis with the stone dome. This is an open kind of fielded area, and then in the back you will see the light dome.
Okay. How high does this gate go?
It only goes 10 feet.
Oh,
It can be easily flown over.
yeah.
Okay.
But both our horses fly. How nice.
And I'm on the horse with you, right, Malin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess, yeah. Can you move us as a party? Do you want to move west?
I am back. I'd like
Okay.
to roll an Arcana, please.
Okay.
Tell me about this dome. This one. Oops. Yeah, this one.
So, the large magical dome, made of light, as you kind of look at it from this direction, you will see that it is a heavy abjuration-focused dome. Most likely, it is sealing the emanations of energy within that space.
Okay. And the dome starts here at this kind of edge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I ran up and down the stairs. Is this a smaller dome?
That is an Acropolis, an open walled with pillared, open-aired stone dome. Yes.
Okay. Should I roll a different one for this one?
That's not magical. It's
Oh.
the stone dome.
Oh, okay, okay. So the
Sweet.
only obvious magical effect is this big thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he said, this is a 10-foot gate that is currently closed, and we see nobody. Do you guys want to kind of fly up and get a bird's eye view?
Yeah.
Almost. How far down is this?
It's about 20 feet down to the wasteland below.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a perception for people. Looking around for peoples, specifically Onyx people.
You do not see anyone.
Okay. Since we're invisible, remind me, we can't see each other, right?
No.
Like, I can't see Melee on her horse.
Nope.
Okay. Let me think about, At this point, is Sarah able to, like, feel Melee's ghostly magical... She's, like, pure magic. Is she able to feel where Melee is?
I mean, I suppose you could get a general direction. I mean,
Okay.
you are flying together, so you are nearby each other.
Okay. Then I think she'd use her feeler senses to make sure that she's never, like, completely in a different direction of Melee. Yeah, I'm on board. Let's fly up.
Please move us as a group. Do you guys want to go west? Westy? Over here? Go to peeking? Peeking, like, behind this tree?
Sure, that sounds great.
From the top of the tree.
Do some peeking. Let me look at, Oh, that's also concentration. Okay.
When you get to about this point, you see the same that I've described.
Oh, excuse me. Can you talk to me about, this is a funny question, trees. So we're in a place called Oasis, but everything's been sand. So how does the actual nature look here? Grassy, green, tropical?
It is a cultivated tropical plant. The flora here is decorative, not naturally growing.
Oh, I think I caught when I ran downstairs. We're in a building built on top of the crash ship.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I'd like to peek between the pillars from where we are. Is there anything inside? I think you called it an Acropolis?
Within the Acropolis, you can see that there are several pieces of comfortable-looking furniture, and what appears to be a strange-looking sphere sitting atop a pedestal.
Good.
A sphere.
Does the 17 Arcana tell me anything about that sphere?
You are not close enough to investigate it.
Okay. Instead, I'd like to look for magical traps, not digital, magical traps.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. 16.
You do not see any traps.
Okay.
Can I look for digital?
Sure. You do not see any traps.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly whisper, I don't see any traps. Do you want to look at the sphere?
I do, but not yet.
Okay. Let's go forward then.
Can we hover in these trees? Sarah's trying to see, can we see through the wall of the dome?
Yes, you can see that there is the shadow of a figure within.
Okay. How big of the shadow? Angel-sized shadow?
Big
Person-sized?
angel-sized shadow.
Only one shadow.
Only one shadow.
Like as big as like Wiesen was?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking. Sierra wants to try to find where that index could be at. She also wants to see.
It's definitely in there, right?
Let me zoom out a little bit in my questions. So when we first, I forget what we did, but we did something that told us that the angels were on a pedestal that was raised above the ground, and there were 50-ish onyx who were generally like milling around, or 30 milling around. The map that we're on right now, is this the full map, or is there another dome somewhere else that we should be looking at? 2 angels, 2 domes.
This is all you've seen so far.
Okay, so if I ask, like, is there another map we should go to? Like,
That's a meta question, and I will not answer that.
Well, if you want, Lolly, what I could do, this could help identify, I could use my battle simulation deck to gain a martial check on a creature within 1,000 feet, and that could tell us what exactly is in there, if it's just dark, if it's dark and light, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I think that, because then instead I could ask my questions of, like, scope out the edges of the dome and
Right.
see if there's another one nearby.
Right. The only reason I've been holding off, just to, if you wanted to do something else, just in case, I don't know if, like, doing this will trigger anything, but I could do it if you guys want. It could help answer your questions.
I think I'd
But
like to just wing around the dome and
Do you
see if
wanna-
there's any other domes around.
I mean, we could do that. We take a quick glance, fly around, if you want, and then we could do fly around, and then if you want, we could take a look at the sphere, and then I could do a battle simulation deck check.
Okay, that sounds
Just
good.
kind
What
of
do you think,
look at
Essie?
everything.
All right, which direction would you like to go?
I want Essie. Are you okay with that plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Since these statuesque things are on the right, I suppose we go around the left.
As you circle around the dome, you will see only wasteland. And as you come back around, the large stone pillars lead down into the broken earth beneath, where the engine suite can be seen.
Can you describe the engine suite?
So you know imagine like the back of a rocket ship, right? The big circular exhaust port, like the propulsion ports.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what it is, except it's beneath the earth.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, that is all that you saw as you circled around it.
All right. You guys want to see
is
Go ahead.
how big is that engine suite down there? Is it like a closed stop? Is it open? Are we able to see like how big it is?
It's massive. It's like hundreds of feet across.
Okay. I think Seer would then whisper, I think one of them's down there.
Perhaps. We will know soon. Do you wish to look at the sphere before I use my deck?
Yes.
Would it
Nod.
not be more likely that the one of them is up in the sky right now and this is the one that's off duty?
Very well.
Aren't they like the sun and the moon?
Yes.
I believe the term is close. Yes, they shift upon their duties. But again, we will know once I check.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to look at the sphere?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Go over to the spear.
As you fly down within the Acropolis, you'll see that the furniture, as I described before, but now that you're inside of it, as you look up, you will see that there is a beautiful mural depicting that of dark and light, shifting to the current time of day. It would indicate that it is afternoon. The closer it gets to evening, the closer it becomes to the time of dark. It is currently the time of light.
Hmm.
And is it 12-hour shifts?
Yes.
Okay. And we're, 3 o'clock?
5.
5. And it will change over at, is it 6 and 6?
It changes over at, 6 and 6, yeah.
Okay, so we got 1 hour. Can you describe the sphere?
The sphere appears to be a small, relatively baseball-sized sphere. It is covered in many different metallic holes, and inside you can see light shifting and twisting. The sphere is also moving. Ticking, almost.
Have I ever seen anything like this before on band?
Negatory.
The way that it moves, is it like vibrating? Is it hovering and moving all around the
It's like-
area?
Like cogs are moving inside of it.
Like a clock.
Is that supposed to be the index?
No, unlikely. It is more likely the indicator of when dark and light should shift. This is how it knows. Perhaps.
Way back in the day of the Ardent Amphitheater, I've forgotten the name of it, but it was like those archaic timekeeping machines that used water, I think it was. Like
Water
sundials
clocks.
of-
Mhm.
Water clocks, yeah. The holes that are in the sphere, can you describe those more? Is it like random holes throughout it? Things that a tinkerer would use?
The holes are honeycombed, no doubt for ventilation and for access to the inside.
Okay. Is it hovering over a pedestal of sorts?
Yes.
And the pedestal, does that have any indicators on it? Does it seem
Stone
attached
appears-
to something?
The stone appears to be made of stone. It is attached to the floor, and the designs on the outside are different motifs of rising dawn and falling dusk.
Okay. I have my assumptions that I'm only going to roll 18s today. That the sphere is in fact magical, but can you please tell me what type of magics it is?
The sphere is magical. It is permeated with heavy divination and transmutation.
Okay.
Okay.
Can Seer ever see like magical signatures? Like she thinks the sphere may have been made by Taladon. Can she see a magical signature on it?
While some mages, actually most mages, do have an arcane mark that they leave, you see no such mark on this object.
Okay.
Do you wish to take a closer look, Sir? Are you ready for me to use my deck? We are running out of time, it seems.
Let me think out of character.
Okay.
We looked for traps. It didn't seem like there was a protective aura around the sphere, but if we take the sphere, it's obvious that will have a domino effect. There's also the implication that the sphere can be manipulated to change the quote time. Almost like setting a clock. We haven't seen a place where, like the other angels we saw, where the indexes could be. But my intuition is they'll be down in that ship bay, where Dark is currently taking a power nap.
Very possible.
Talk to me about how does your deck work? Like, is
Sure.
it just like a keyboard on your arm type thing?
I'll read it out basically. Yeah, so my battle simulation deck is currently on my left arm. You see, or here, I'll read it out first. So it allows for martial checks on a creature that you are within 1,000 feet of. You are limited to 3 martial checks per creature. Done in this way, this does not function if the creature is protected by divination or if there is insufficient digital presence where you are or where they are.
The sphere was divination and transmutation. The dome was abjuration. I don't know if it had divination. I don't think it did.
I think he only said abjuration, which is just protective magic. Again, I mean, we'll find out if I try, right?
I'm assuming your deck works kind of like connecting to the internet, you know? Like you connect to the Wi-Fi and you try to pull data.
Perhaps. I think it's different from. I mean, that's more of like a divination digital sense. I mean, Arcadum could probably explain better than I can, I guess, more accurately. Is it working the same way as a divination digital spell? Like my
all digital power works like the internet.
Okay.
You have to have sources of digital energy like nodes or like servers and stuff.
Okay.
Essentially, digital magic is, what if the internet was a magical force that you could tap into? That's all it is.
Okay.
I think in that case then, I'm ready to go back in character. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I think we wait, Avaris. I think we need to go down and see that engine bay.
If you believe it is necessary, then we can do such. We have less than 1 hour. Melee, are you okay with this?
Sure.
Let us go then, quickly.
Swan dive off the pedestal. Whee!
Alright, as you go down further, you will eventually reach the engine suite. You will see that it almost looks as if a small 20-foot cavern of a lip and the inside of the engine suite has been buried beneath the wasteland. You do not see a discernible way inside.
Help me understand when you're talking about it was like hundreds of feet across. Is that like the crashed ship?
I'm just gonna look for an image. Just gonna explain this better, I think.
I think.
Yeah, like the. Good.
Well, it's that round part at the bottom of a rocket where the fire comes out of. That's 100+ feet across.
Yes, and it's buried.
Yeah, it got crushed into the ground so nicely that the dirt covered it right up.
Okay, this will work. This will explain better. If you look in notes. So, the back of that thing.
Oh.
And it's buried. So you're only seeing the top, 100-foot lip.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I misunderstood.
I do not believe we are getting inside of that. Not now, anyway.
Nah, I'm pretty much convinced that the angels we're gonna need are gonna be up in that abjuration top dome. And I'm pretty sure that if we wait and see them swap out, both of them will be where we'd want to be for attacking, but maybe not where we want to be for right now.
Probably not. But if I do tap in, I do not know if Dark Light will be alerted, but it is better to try when only one is here, I believe. And if things go well, we can wait for the swap, yes?
Is there a gap of any sort, teeny tiny, on that engine lip?
Not that you can see.
Let me read this description. One inch in diameter. Anything for an arcane eye to go in there.
I mean, sure.
Okay. What I was chuckling about, guys, is 1 hour is the perfect timing because that's when our invisibilities wear off.
Nice.
Yeah, we don't want to be here when they swap.
Shira does, though.
We could always recast, right? Like 10 minutes before it ends.
But it's the same thing as you using your deck. Could set something off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it would drop the invisibility, but I could try to see what's in there.
If there is no clear way in or out, is there anything to discern from it?
It's just sand. It could be easily moved. We need to find where the indexes are. And we need to find... There's only one shadow.
It does not seem very well protected, but the dome does, yes.
When they just look around them, Arcadum, is there anything else in range? Or is it crash-shipped, buried under sand, pedestal on top of it?
I mean, there's the rest of Oasis to the south.
Okay.
It is a little odd that there's no one else around. One shadow I can understand, because the other one's up in the sky doing its job, right? But weren't there supposed to be, like, a bunch of Onyx guarding this place, and they're only supposed to move out when the Voidka needs to be, kind of expelled? Why is there no one here?
I do not know.
Sierra will crank her head and look straight up. Is light up in the sky? She thought light was in the dome.
No. You see through the twilight haze a bright light.
That light is in the sky?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we do know where the two are. There's one all the way up in the sky and one in the dome. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just apparently
Oh,
on
it's
a
all good.
different page.
I thought you were looking for the indexes, so it's all good.
Also
But,
true.
Either way,
We could
I'm
try
ready
to find a way
to-
to...
it seems like at this point we can interact with the sphere, or I could do my check, and that could again shed us more light and trigger whatever could happen.
if you're right, and that sphere kind of controls time, and we pushed it forward, we'd still have that hour of our invisibility left, and we could observe the switch while hiding, as long as, of course, they didn't notice that we're the ones that interfered with the sphere, but, you know.
It is true, and even if Dark and Light would not notice, the Onyx, everyone would see the shifting way too early, right?
It would be good
Well-
to see their response.
But there's also no one here.
Yes.
I mean,
Regardless, we came for information. We must gain it while we have the chance.
I think we shift the time forward.
Before checking?
I think we shift the time forward at the same time that you access the network. Oh, she wouldn't know that word. You access your deck.
Tavares will think about that for a second.
I mean, it makes a certain amount of sense. If you're gonna make a noise, why not make a bunch of noises all at once, rather than making noises one after another?
I guess we are uncertain of the noise. What if we do it in this order? I use my deck to gain information. If nothing happens, then we continue to gain information. If something does happen, then we do the switch of time. Do it all at once. Yes?
I want to see what happens when they're together, Havaris. That's when they are at their most powerful.
And when we're at our most vulnerable.
It is true, but it's information gathering.
We will gain this. What do you say? We go near the sphere. I use my deck. If something is obviously happening, we shift time forward.
Alright.
If nothing happens, we gain information. Then we shift time forward. Yes?
Yes.
Very well.
You take us back to the sphere.
Eh.
The thingamajob.
Okay, you're there.
Okay. Prepare yourself on the sphere, Sierra. I will do what I need.
Oh, she gets really excited. She's not gonna touch it yet. She'll move her hand within like just over 6 feet of it. Anything happen?
No.
Okie dokie. She'll I'll put it. I'm assuming it's in like the center.
Yes.
Okay. I just realized. Okay. Cool. She's in position.
All right. I guess I was gonna say you see, but you don't see. Havaris' left arm, his deck will kind of pop out, a little like maybe satellite dish or something, kind of scanning the area. And I will use my battle simulation deck to try and gain a martial check. Can you tell me what happens when I activate this?
Alright, when you activate it, you will feel the digital presence of Dark and Light pulse around you. You are standing in their absolute territory. However, there doesn't seem to be any other response than that. You analyze your deck carefully, and you can see that it shifts and begins to produce a simulation of information. Alright. What would you like to know? Make a martial check.
Here we go. I guess first off, am I examining only dark in the
Yes.
sphere? Very good. Okay. Let's start, I guess, with the abilities of dark.
Dark's abilities are as follows. Dark, the What Is, Night Falls, the Rage of Night, Sacred Shadows, and Abyssal Rift.
We'll start with Dark, the What Is.
Whenever hit points within this creature's absolute territory would be decreased, the Dark Sphere gains 1 charge.
I'm gonna ask what the Dark Sphere is.
The Dark
I think
Sphere.
that's probably its equipment or something, maybe.
Mhm. I would suspect, yeah.
Either that or the Rage of Night. The Rage of Night, for some reason,
Sure.
makes
Up
me
to you.
feel. We shouldn't probably know about the. I feel like abilities are. I'm gonna do the Rage of Night. I'm not gonna think about it too long.
Rage of Night?
Yeah.
Eh.
We want everything, so it doesn't matter.
The Rage of Night. This ability becomes available after an enemy is struck 3 times by a Dark Sphere, or if an enemy is critically hit by a Dark Sphere. Bonus action. All enemies must make a DC 22 Dexterity saving throw, or take 10d6 necrotic damage. If HP is at 75% or higher, this ability also heals Dark and Light for an equal amount.
Fuck. Okay.
Clarifying. An enemy, does it have to be the same enemy is hit 3 times, or spread across every enemy?
The worst one.
Okay.
Okay. Havaris will, you just kind of hear like little tech noises mainly, but then Havaris will speak up and yeah, he'll say
I've collected a bit of information, but I do not like doing this so close. I have some distance I could do that is not within so close of their protective magic. Could be a bit safer. I believe I can look at the light next. From a distance, and if we need to come back and use the sphere, we can do it, yes.
Sierra will invisibly pout that she doesn't get to manipulate the magical artifact maybe made by Taladon.
Oh, you'll get your chance. If you guys are down for that. You know, like I'm basically saying, like, get out of the absolute territory and then look at light. And
Oh
then
yeah,
we can
Sierra's
back.
on board. She's just waiting
Yeah.
for Melee to respond. It was Melee he addressed.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you want to stay here, or do you want to come with us?
Stick together.
Alright.
But I agree with being further away.
I thought you might. Very well.
So I guess we want to try and fly as far enough as we can that I can still use the deck, but it's not terribly far away from this temple here. And just kind of roll again for light. Can I do that?
So you want to fly up and look at light?
Like, we want to fly away,
Uh-huh.
but still within the 1,000 feet.
And you
Should we
want
look straight at the sun?
to do this again? The thing you just did?
Yeah, for light this time.
Okay,
It says per creature, right? Okay.
that's fine.
Cool. I will battle simulation deck again, and I will roll martial checks.
Since you can actually see light.
Oh wow.
Oh, fuck.
That is what dark and light look like.
That's
Yo.
fucking amazing.
Is that dark on the right?
Dark is on the right, light is on the left.
Dark's my favorite. That looks sick.
Only
Yeah.
one of them
Yeah.
has fully rendered toesies, though.
Thank you. I was about to say.
I love how dark has a light core and light has a dark core. It
They're
looks
very
You know,
really
yin and
sick.
yang.
Yeah,
They're very cool.
it's really yin and yang energy. I love that.
Well, should I burn an
cool.
inspiration to learn more?
The whole point was to learn more, so
It is true. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna burn an inspiration to try and reroll that. Oh, thank God.
yes,
Okay.
nice.
Okay, perfect. Can we get abilities of light?
Yes.
Also, I have a feeling that light now has the dark sphere. That's how they play off each other, right? So I might.
Works like these are the abilities of light.
Okay.
That was what could be, not what will be.
Sure. Decrease this dark sphere. Can I see equipment of light?
Equipment of light is light sphere and Twilight Horizon.
Like I said, I have the sphere folder.
What do you guys think? You guys
No, that's gonna confuse you. It has Dark Sphere, Light Sphere, and Twilight Horizon.
Okay.
Well, it has both.
Interesting. You guys want to learn dark
Remember,
sphere?
they are technically the same creature.
Dark Sphere, Light Sphere, Twilight Horizon.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay.
I see.
Oh, so I should make a section, one for dark equipment, one for light equipment.
No, you should,
Yeah.
but they
Okay.
They use each other's equipment.
Okay.
So I didn't want to confuse you later. So
Okay.
Play hot potato with the spheres.
No.
So I could take a sphere right now. I could learn both spheres, or I could burn 3 abilities. Do we have other means of gaining information from these?
We can scry later.
Yeah. if we
so-
go home, we could scry safely.
Okay.
I want to know a sphere. To me, that's the
All right.
cornerstone of this fight.
Let's start.
Yeah.
Let's start with that then. Let's start with dark sphere.
Dark Sphere. All right, it's gonna be a lot. This is what Dark Sphere looks like.
What?
Roll a 1.
Oh my God.
That's a plus 15
And
attack.
this.
Wow.
Whenever this weapon deals damage to a creature, that creature takes necrotic damage each time another creature would take damage equal to the number of charges on this weapon. This lasts for 1 round. Each charge increases the damage of this attack by 2d10.
What?
Whoa.
That's powerful.
Wow. All right.
Takes the time.
Okay, that's
Time.
bad.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example? I think I understand, but like the multi-hit property. That's what I need an example of.
So, if I shoot Havaris with Dark Sphere, and then another creature, and let's say I have 3 charges, right?
Okay.
3 charges on the Dark Sphere. I shoot Havaris. I would shoot him for a total of 8d10 plus 10 damage. And then, throughout the round, if another person would take damage, like any other creature would take damage, he would take 3 damage each time damage is taken.
Havaris takes 3 damage.
Havaris would take 3 damage, yes.
That's so cool. Okay. That's terrifying, but that's so cool.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want light sphere and just knock that out, and then we can do an ability, or should I just get 2 abilities here? 'Cause
Light
it might
sphere.
just be a similar
Yeah.
property, but it's good to confirm, I guess. Let's just get light sphere.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
I'm waiting.
Can we do weaknesses and vulnerabilities, please?
Do they ever have those?
Sometimes.
That's crazy.
Radari was weak to lightning or something like that.
Thunder. Was he even though?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. I feel like gaining everything else. Overhearing like there is no weaknesses.
Yeah, it was vulnerable to thunder. And that's really gonna matter for spells.
Oh yeah, that's true. It will matter for spells.
If Melee and I show
What-
up with wrong spells prepared, whoo.
Okay, is it safe to assume if I ask for resistance and immunities, it counts for dark and light, Arcadum, or is that separate
Yes.
things? It's the same thing.
Yeah, I'll give you both of them.
Okay. All right. If you spellcasters really think it's good, then I will. All right. Resistances and immunities and condition immunities, whatever, all that.
Okay. I will. I think I'm this way.
Oh boy. Rains, I might actually use that seeming necklace that Sano found. Because I bet that other one does radiant damage.
Wait, what?
Sano found that necklace of seeming in the Temple of Volcus in the archives. That changes subtype. And I might actually need to use that so, my corrupted wizard doesn't get blown the fuck up.
Wait, do I have that in my inventory?
You gave it to her.
Ah! Oh, you're welcome.
I've always wondered if I was gonna use it in this campaign. I think I might be.
Copy pasted it for you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's in notes?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. I'm eager.
Yeah.
Dark and light is immune to necrotic and radiant damage. Condition immunities are standard construct angel, which is diseased, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, prone, stunned, and bleed.
Okay. No vulnerabilities.
Okay,
Or
so-
resistances.
It does not have any of those. No.
Interesting. So just the 2 immunities. Okay.
Okay. All right. Last one here.
Oh, excuse me.
It's either light sphere or I'm just gonna pick a random ability, maybe day breaks or something.
I'm good for whatever. That was the major thing I needed.
Okay. Let's just
I don't, like... I'm just throwing this out there. Twilight Horizon sounds terrifying.
It's true. Armor.
Because it's some kind of synergy ability, since it's light and dark, right? And Twilight is like the middle of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all right. Why don't we we'll go with that for our boy Reigns here. Let's do the armor.
The armor?
Twilight Horizon.
Twilight Horizon is another weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not its armor.
Is there defensive statistics to look at?
Let's see here. Dark and light
Another weapon. That's not good.
do not
Exactly.
do not have any standard defensive statistics.
Oh, fascinating.
I don't like that.
That means they're glass cannons.
That's
I don't know about that.
Standard defensive. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just have high standard.
It means that they do not have base armor class. That means they don't have base damage reduction, anything like that. That's what that means.
Okay.
Glass cannons, baby.
Glass cannons still hit like a cannon.
That's why they're
They
glass
work off-
cannons.
And they work off damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
This will be
pick some-
good for us. We're facing our own kind of build.
Let's look
so
at
Twilight Horizon. Are you choosing that or?
Fuck. I don't want to spend too much time. I think I'm just gonna pick a random ability here. Just get a mix. Let's do
Alright.
Blessed Day.
As you wish. Let's see. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. I'm also wondering if we can just go down closer to dark in the globe and just try and martial check it just straight out.
I don't think getting into the abjuration sphere would be.
Oh, not in it. Not in it. Like just outside of it.
But
I
the
think
fact
we have
that
to
it's
go in there.
obscured, I don't think we can
Mm-hmm.
marshal through it.
Okay,
And
blessed,
go ahead.
blessed day. Looks like this. Whenever HP is increased by 10%, this creature may attack with a dark sphere.
Good find.
10% is math. Oh no.
Interesting.
85 damage.
Okay.
When it's at max HP, 85.
Okay.
Brains, did I kill you?
Math. The fucking math killed me.
I bet Storm is celebrating she's not here to have to do this math.
I love math.
I
Like-
think that is the extent of what I can do for now.
Good find.
Doesn't that get a lot worse the lower the HP gets? Because, like, all of a sudden, instead of being, like, 80, it's at, like, 8?
That's the point.
Ew. Okay. Math.
Well, also, like it combos with the Rage of Night too, right? Because whenever that gets activated and it's 75% or higher, and it's gonna heal itself, and then that's gonna like it's gonna be such a domino effect of things to look out for. It's gonna be crazy.
CR14, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe he's ready to leave.
All right, Sierra, do you still want to fuck with the sphere?
She sure does.
All right, how about me and Melee wait in the back, and you check it out. You let us know.
Okay. You look at that from right there. Well, we're over
We got
here.
your back from right here.
She'll just whisper at them, I'll try to understand the sphere better. And in she goes.
What's up?
Sierra's going down to where the sphere was.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to try to understand it better.
Okay.
I'd like to do another check on it first, but then she's probably going to just touch it. Try to manipulate it.
All right. Well, do that. What do you want to do?
She's never done anything mechanical, but she did see quite a bit when she was in the Ardent Amphitheater. So can I do like an investigation check? Try to figure out, you mentioned earlier with all those holes and ways to get inside of it. Like some way to, in modern terms, there'd be like a little panel maybe with screws that you unscrew to open something up. Can she do an investigation to figure out how to get to the inner parts of it?
Sure.
Okay. Seven.
Other than cracking this open like an egg, no.
Okay, she'll study it as it floats all around. And then looking up at the mural, that's where the actual clock is, right? Where it's tracking the time.
Yeah.
And are there like hands on a clock that go with the
No,
times?
they're they use like little magically animated suns and moons.
Oh, it's so cute. Can she match up the cogs ticking inside the sphere to the animation?
Yes.
Okay. Step 1. She will reach out with her right human hand and lightly place her fingers on the sphere.
It is warm to the touch, and she feels that it vibrates beneath her fingertips.
Okay. She will... Tell me if I need to do like a dex check on this. She will try to do a very minute twist to the left to go backwards.
The object turns minutely and then recenters itself and continues.
She will then do increase that small shift by about 5x to a noticeable degree to the right. She's trying to go forward by like I'll do air quotes, like 10 minutes type thing.
You turn it, nothing seems to happen, and it reverts back to where it was.
Okay. And she's keeping an eye on the mural. That has stayed the exact same?
Correct.
Okay. Based off of her 2 experiments, can I now do an Arcana to see how to... Obviously what she's doing, it's protected against just a regular person walking by and messing with it.
And slapping it around, yeah.
Yep. Can I Arcana to see if there's another method?
Yeah.
Okay. 15.
You will need either the command word or the appropriate input. There might even be a key that is meant to be used against it. You're not really sure. But you definitely don't have it, whatever it is.
Okay.
Let's please go home.
She'll look around. It's obvious this is all Taladonic, correct? Like this looks
to
like
the level in which everything has been Maltosian, yeah.
Okay. So if there's a command word, she might actually know it, but probably not right now. If there's a key. And the pedestal, now that she's like right next to it again, it's just all pure stone.
Yep.
Okay.
Decorative.
And the sphere is obviously spelled. The designs that are on the floor, those aren't moving.
Correct. They're unmoving.
Okay. Her final experiment. With a pointer finger, she'll push the sphere just forward. Not too far, just maybe like 2 inches to see. She assumes it's going to just revert back to its position. She's looking for, like, is there any resistance as she starts to push it?
There is resistance that she pushes against.
Okay. She doesn't want to break the... Is it heavy resistance the further she pushes it away?
It seems to increase, yes.
Okay. Okay. She'll leave it alone. And go back to where she senses Melee the Space Ghost is at.
Are we good? I think we have spent enough time here.
Let's leave.
We fuck off.
Alright.
Alright, consider yourselves fucked off.
Whew. Got some information there. Good job.
Close one.
This is a big angel, big boy.
I'm
fucking
all the
yikes.
more convinced that we should not be going after Latin Dark.
What do
Like,
you
I'm-
mean? You don't want to get blown up by like 100 necrotic damage?
Dude, that's
Not-
gonna be nuts.
Not really. I mean, do you?
No, not really. Thanks.
Wow. Oh my god.
That's gonna be the fucking... This might be the most difficult D&D fight I've ever gonna experience.
And they're not even the hard ones. Like, there's still ones that are worse
Yeah,
than...
there's still like horrors.
I mean,
They're up
Dark
there,
Light's
right?
pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
I
up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They're up there, I thought.
There are those that are worse, yes.
Yes.
Oh
Mhm.
lord.
Like Giltarius.
I am scared, Giltarius.
Holy shit.
Giltarius.
Isn't...
That's probably the one angel out of this entire list. And if you guys were like, let's do Giltarius, I would be the one who's like, oh, I don't know.
There's also Hex Tremamere, but
Yes.
No,
that-
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
Joe's
yeah.
boyfriend, kind of, sort of, like, one of the hard ones.
yes,
He's a
fair.
There's also
Yes,
Hadrian.
but she's blinded
Yeah.
by
Lust.
the lust. I want to kiss him.
Oh my god, I want him to
Horus,
kiss
Hex
me
of
with his
Memory.
sniper gun.
God.
Yeah. Even with Dark and Light, there's still some worse ones.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an entertaining time on this planet.
Ugh.
Let's see, we'll start chatting once they get further away. Oh, well. That's, daunting, is it not?
Yeah.
Very much. So I've always known so much of Dark and Light, but to experience them firsthand is something different.
That sphere. I feel... When I asked if there's a way to subdue them without combat, it could be that sphere. But the best I could tell is... I'm missing something to interact with it. I could manipulate it, but it had no effect. And while I could potentially, or anyone could potentially try to drag it out of its, she wouldn't know the word magnets, what would she know?
Repulsion.
Out of its magical field, it has heavy resistance to it, and it would clearly set off some sort of problem. I could try to research what word would work. But if it's an object that's needed to interact with it, I'd have to ask around, and that's going to be difficult to do without being obvious.
Perhaps you can ask the same way you did with the questions before, yes? Either way, this was a major success, I believe. We have much information to work from, so this is good.
Agreed. Excellent work.
Hey,
We're all just invisible.
Seer would have dropped it once they got closer and closer.
Hey,
to
good
the
job,
threshold.
us. Yeah.
Camera shows nothing.
There's a high five no one can see.
No.
But the wind. The wind heard it.
But the high five actually completely missed. They just slapped each other faces. Just
Ouch.
It was me, Barry.
Yes, good job, guys. Got some info.
Havars, you're a tinkerer. Do you think you'd be able to get into that sphere?
Now that I know that it needs a certain parameter to bypass, it is possible. It's something we can put our time to research into, yes?
I have I'll have a memory of it for the next 24 hours. It's visual. But if you wanted to try to look at it yourself.
Oh, yes, I can note it down the best I can, and yes, this will be good.
Okay.
Alright, you
Okay.
return to the temple.
She'll slide off Aeon. Now visible.
Is there some boys RP before we get here?
Would you like to do any boy-based RP?
Boy dates.
I'm sleeping on the rock.
I am content unless approached.
Okay.
Zayna would maybe take on a sparring match with Grief.
Okay. Let's roll around in the dirt.
Yeah.
Moto will go somewhere else to read his cool scrolls.
When he doesn't want his reading reading sessions interrupted by
He doesn't want his word tasting to be fucking interrupted by grunts and squeals. Handsome will be constantly pampered and fed by all the others in the temple.
Oh!
He's a fan
Pray
favorite.
tell, what are they feeding him?
Snacks.
What type of snacks?
Non-soul-based snacks.
Oh!
Which is good enough to placate the inner hunger. Alright. And Luca is not being
Sitting
in the sun.
shower. Yes, avoiding it.
I'm in the
But
showers
yeah.
of the shadows. Shadow showers.
Slither around in the shadows, trying to avoid it. We'll notice that his friend is sparring. What does it look like while they spar?
It looks like Sano's trying to out-weeb Grief, but doesn't know that Grief has the entirety of Wolf's Rain on DVD set and is punching him in the face with it.
Oh man.
Like,
You
is
guys
she
remember
winning?
Wolf's Rain?
Wolf's Rain. Very good.
And then,
Is
I mean, it does
winning?
have rain in its name.
and then as soon as Sano starts getting an advantage, she lifts up her axe kick and hits him in the face with Ronwa 1.5.
Classic.
And then Sano starts Naruto running to dodge her attacks.
I suddenly summon like 10 shadow clone jutsus.
Luca will feel like this is very cool, but also kind of cringe.
He's just like
Oh, 100%.
watching with a smile, but it's really just a grimace, just all the cringe, just watching.
You will feel my power!
Mulu is very much one of those like hyper-realistic art style anime enjoyers. All that low-quality shonen stuff. Ew.
Big eyes, small mouth, more like lazy
Big eyes,
hands.
small mouth. Yeah.
No, thank you. I'll watch my my Gundam space opera instead.
That's right.
Look at how realistic the tubings are.
That's right. I need politics in my fighting.
I better see somebody get deposed as a tyrant. Yes, Luca.
Not Luca.
Apologies. Not Luca. Also, there is not any slice of life animes for you to watch.
Damn it!
And no boys love. We don't do
Oh.
that. I can't do that here. I get banned.
Oh.
No boys love.
We don't want that. How much time has it been since we came back from doing the Apex mission?
Probably like a week and a half, I think. Like 10 days.
Oh, 10 days?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it came back, rested, shenanigans, did some stuff, scoped out Vizen, talked to Vizen's boys, went in there, fought Vizen, lost, got out, rested, handshaked, butt slapped, went in, defeated Vizen, came back, yeah, it'd be about 10 days.
Okay, so about 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What is Mulu doing? As he takes his eye away from his eyes.
Sunbathing. The exact opposite of you.
and occasionally glancing over at Sano and them sparring. And occasionally glancing around, keeping an eye from his tall rock that he's found. He's got a little pillow up there.
How high is the rock?
About 15.
It looks like it's about 15 feet, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then not Luca will take his eyes away from those two over there and zero in on Mulu. And he looks up at the sun as he gets up at the edge of the shadows.
Better pull out your parasol.
He pulls out the hat that Melee gave him. The big hat. Okay. Puts it on his head and then walks out into the sun.
Even though you're playing a dude, you were like a Southern Belle when you play. Like, sometimes you're more Southern Belle than Melee. Just walking. I do declare, the humans this morning be raking across my brow.
Mulu's ears will twitch, and he will glance over and see you approaching, and pretend like he's ignoring you.
I know that you noticed that I'm here.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Looks at him. And I know I'm not your most favorite person right now, but I would like to speak with you, just for a moment. If you would be willing to give me some of your time.
He'll sit up and turn away for a little while.
Back towards him?
His back's to not Luca. And he will ponder for a minute. Swish tail to the right, swish tail to the left.
Like a cat.
And then with a big, super exasperated sigh, fine, what do you want?
Again, I do come to apologize for earlier, and it has been a while since all that has transpired, but I would like to extend an olive branch.
Go on. I'm listening.
So, yes. The whole ordeal, your sword, you've been without it for a while. And to make amends, I offer you favors.
Forgive me, not Luca. I will admit that I do not trust favors from you. Part of me thinks that you will find a way to involve someone else in these favors, and I do not want to inconvenience someone else because of a decision that I made.
He nods at that. I suspected you would think as much, which I do not fault you for having that train of thought, considering what I did, which was unfair to you, that I acknowledge. But this is a bit different. I'm extending favors to you for the 10 days that I've inconvenienced you. So that is 10 favors. Special only to you. And he points at Mulu. With those 10 favors, again, only special to you, no one else, I cannot complain. I will not fight. But almost like, in a way, you get 10 little asks that you can ask of me that I can't refuse.
He will suck in air through his teeth. I think you misunderstand what I am.
Would you care to enlighten me then? So we can understand.
I am not interested in favors for me. I am not interested in gain. I am content, and to concern oneself with the acquisition of things, too many things, storing up favors, storing up things that are passing, things that are temporary, you understand? A storm can at any moment upend your life and remove all of these things, so it is better to not have them. I am content with the things that I carry on my person. Favors are something to keep track of. I do not like keeping track of things. I do not like being handed things. I do not like carrying a bag. These are burdens that you can lose. Do not like to worry about this. 10 favors, 10 things to keep track of. And I do not have the mental effort required to keep track of something like this. And so, I find it better to simply forgive and release the burden. What you have done is behind us. I will move forward. You should as well. In the future, do not burden me with the issues you have with other people. What you and I have is you and me. And that is enough. Understand?
I like how you think. Very interesting. But I will honor that. I only wanted to give something, as I had took something from you. Of course, I would be the only one keeping track of that, but it was an offer. Just to right a wrong, but I can too move past this. That is what I would desire, as I do not want, what is it, that expression they say, stinky blood between us?
Understandable. There is not. I judge you purely by your actions, much as I judge a storm. And when I see a storm coming, I duck and cover. If you become the sort of person that I need to duck and cover from, then I will do so. But if you are a gentle breeze, then I will welcome your passing.
Then let us hope it doesn't come to that. He extends his hand, a little bit sizzling in the sun.
Mulu will hop down and take it.
He gives it a firm squeeze. And he nods at Mulu, a big smile on his face.
Not Luca. Mulu is still kind of frowning. You spend, it appears, a great deal of time concerning yourself with what others think of you. You can be above this. You have shown to be a person who cares. You are a person who concerns yourself with others because you care about them. But if you push the envelope too far, then you become a storm. Either embrace the storm, or do not. That is your decision.
You speak to me in a little bit of metaphors, but concerning myself with others is part of the deal. I have to keep tabs on everyone. But the storm, well, he kind of takes his hand back and rubs his chest. That's another ordeal. And he looks around, looks back at Seno. Curious, though, Mulu. I remember back when we were at that Academia, big school place. And when I saw the vision of where you had been, where you're from, Storvex, I was always curious. What was it like living there for you? What sort of hardships did you endure living there?
It is dangerous.
What?
Palazzo Ultra! Palazzo Ultra! I'm just banging
What?
somebody. I'm just banging bionicles together. Don't worry about
They're
it.
fighting up
Oh,
there.
okay. I was so confused. I was like, oh, brought me out of it.
It is dangerous. Our gods are angry gods. They give and they take. And life is about preparation, being ready at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
What was the struggles of life like? How did you weather the storms of your god?
in the desert storm, hatches underground. You see them coming. Everyone gathers, and we retreat into holes. And then when it passes, we have bells and strings and ribbons that catch in the wind above. When the storm passes, the bells stop ringing, and then we go out. Very scary for children, but as an adult you learn that this is a thing that happens. Always. Always be ready. Be ready to grab whatever few things you want to hold on to. Whatever people you value, whatever pets. And you hide.
So much strain on life.
Yeah.
How did you
It
keep
makes
sand
us
out of your
fun.
underwear?
I do not wear underwear. And I will go over here and watch Saint
That just caught me off guard. I was like, whoa.
Blue goes commando,
Oh.
yes.
I don't know if I needed to know that detail, but okay.
You asked, I answer truthfully and simply. Look, you have made me laugh. This is good. I am sorry for my earlier attitude. I should not cling to passing things like I did. This has been enlightening. I appreciate you approaching me.
Of course, and it is good that we can share a laugh. That much I do appreciate, despite any differences or tribulations we may come across.
Not Luca. We have only known each other for a few weeks. I consider us friends. I do. Truly.
Not Luca
become-
looks shocked at that.
I become fast friends with anyone I pass, because you do not know how long they will be there. It is better to live in friendship than to live in strife and have sparks, you know? It's not worth the time.
I would agree with that. But then he looks over the direction where the other three disappeared. I hope that mentality holds fast, because sometimes that will still cause friction
There is always
when the
friction.
ones that you think that are your friends may not be.
Those
But-
that are
Anyways,
closest to you are the highest source of tension. They will always be. This is normal. Family is important. Friends are important. Even if there is tension.
You know, Mulu, we need to sit down more for tea. I think
No,
I
I do
may
not.
grow very fond of you yet.
I am not interested in hot leaf juice, thank you very much.
Oh, but I think I have a special brew that you may like. Looks in bags, tries to find catnip.
Oh yeah, let's not drink tea, but let's give him cat drugs.
Give him drugs. Drugged tea, yes.
Man, I can't believe
He
he
would
knows
like it.
I
He
mean, that would
love
turn it into an interesting conversation.
I can't believe Ayaz isn't here.
Not here for this.
the
Missing out.
catnip drug tea.
He senses a
Perfect.
disturbance in the force and starts to trot ahead of fucking Aeon.
And
Oh,
then,
Bailey!
as their conversation dies down, not Luca will pull out the teddy bear that he has typically stowed away, looks at it, rolls it over in his hands where he's stitched home, and takes a needle and thread and starts to unpatch that stitching that he did. And he just busies himself with that for the time he watches these weebs fight.
Weebs. Hey, mama.
Wait, does he say that too?
Okay.
Like,
Okay. All right.
What the?
Hey there, little mama.
Whoa!
Check my pulse rate. All right.
Man, I'm pretty.
Man, I'm pretty.
No.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So, all right. At this point, you guys arrive.
Good.
Oh. She'll slide off.
You
That's
did a
good.
good job. Holding on. Good job.
Thank you. I don't know why he sped up out of nowhere like that. It was quite frightening, but we are here alive, nonetheless.
Ayaza will sniff the air.
Zero moves out of the way.
Tavares moves way out of the way.
And Ayaza will go, I sense it.
Okay, what's your sense?
Someone has partaken.
Tavares blushes.
Anyway, continue.
Is that the drug radar?
Yes.
The catnip radar.
Tavares will walk around the corner and if we could we gather everybody up, please? We have discovered some information.
Yes. Okay, good. Tell us everything you know.
Alright, stop your, what do they call it? Cockfighting over there.
What?
Moto comes
Yes.
flapping over here.
Who's fighting with their cock? It is not. Let us go inside.
Sino and Grief are fighting with their cocks.
Moto will hold up something to Sierra.
Sato will step back and say, "It was a nice sparring match."
As
and,
Sierra takes it from
bow.
Moto, she will see that he has painted her a picture.
What is it up? Tell me what's it up.
It is a picture of her. It's really bad.
Uh-huh.
And she's and it looks like that she's being cooked alive, but he says that she's in the tears of her enemies.
Oh, no, this is the best person I've ever gotten.
I licked a book on painting today.
On what? Sorry, I'm hearing
Painting.
pots and pans. Excellent. Practical.
I'm ready to start a second career.
We do need more money.
Yes.
You should sign it. She'll point at a corner for him to slap his tongue on.
He just spits on it.
Perfect. She'll hold it to her chest like it's her best treasure.
Yeah.
And then she'll tap the side of her head. What do you think of that sphere?
Probably, it's probably something for the human counterparts of the angel to interact with it. Who knows how they would talk to it, though? Maybe it's like a where they receive their commands. They treat them like gods, right?
I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
It might be for Halars.
He sticks his foot in his mouth and starts chewing on his toenails.
She'll grab the other foot and just carry him over.
As I was saying, good to join us. So we have our scouting mission was a success. I've been able to gain some information on Dark and Light. It is as we feared. They are working in unison, as would be expected. There was something else as well that we discovered. Sierra, would you like to explain?
She'll set Moto down by his foot, so he just lands on his head. Are you talking about the sphere?
Yes.
Right. Instead, how did I do it before? I did something where I had... Oh! She'll reach down, since he's on his head, and crank his mouth open, so just a projection goes up to the ceiling of the sphere. There is a sphere near the resting place of the angel that's currently not in use. Clearly related to the manipulation of time, the tracking of it, and one the angel should be on duty, per se. It's heavily protected against just mundane interaction. There's some sort of mechanism I couldn't easily figure out to use it. But I think there is potential. If we figure this out, we could skip the combat.
It would be ideal.
Does it look, the projection, does it have what it looks like?
Mm-hmm. It's
Like
an
the full
exact
visuals?
copy of everything Sarah saw, yeah.
Oh,
She
okay,
can,
so visual
freeze frame. So it's just freeze framed on the sphere.
Oh, okay.
VCR.
Is it completely digital?
It's a magical artifact, but used for digital purposes, I suppose.
He puts a finger up. You know, that thinking pose to his mouth. His eyes squint. The tendrils on his hair wisping as he thinks.
How close are these boys?
They're there in various places. They're
Okay.
like walking around and doing stuff.
I believe it was created by Taladon. It's a accompaniment to Dark and Light. And since it was just out in the open, I don't think it's meant to be a puzzle. I think we just don't quite know how to use it.
And what of the onyx that should be around them?
That was quite odd. There wasn't anyone.
No one.
We were
Were
the
they
only
perhaps?
ones there.
Oh,
And we
were they
couldn't see
perhaps
crowd
further
either.
away?
Well, we looked both below and where the angels were. We didn't see anyone. It was abnormal. You know, we did rush out of where Wiesen was. Perhaps they're all over there. Zero shrug.
Perhaps.
It does raise the point, though. At this time, Dark and Light, there is much to learn yet. While I believe it is imperative to deal with them, we must find something to do within our time, beyond the research. I know we spoke of possibly hunting down Sheen, and maybe within the ranks of Sheen, maybe there is something we can gain that could help us with Dark and Light.
I would much rather try that. Dark and Light were outrageously powerful. They've got some stuff that could really mess us up.
Oh, Melee. Sierra gives her a genuine smile over her shoulder. You're just nervous because they have cannons like you do.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Didn't you feel the same way about going to fight Wiesen the second time? I think we did fine. The second time was much easier.
Yeah.
He says, fully knowing that he contributed nothing to that fight.
He was a very good horse companion.
Oh yeah.
Great for morale.
Xena will perk in. The problem is here we don't have that same luxury anymore. We will not get a second chance with this fight. We will go in as blind as we did at the first Wiesen fight.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. You know, she'll pat some of her pockets. You know, we do have a couple of options. If it were to be a disaster.
Do you believe, Sierra, for now it is good to use our information gathering on Sheen to gauge this out, to assist us with Dark and Light, yes?
I think we should attempt to scry. I think Melee and I together should give it a go.
Very well.
Naluka raises a shadowy hand.
More information gives. Oh, good.
Did you see their whereabouts of their index? Is it in a stationary location?
We couldn't find it, but the assumption is it was inside. She'll fast forward on her Moto VCR to the giant sphere that Dark was in. I believe it would be in here. It was heavily protected.
Assuming digital sphere, some protection of sorts.
It was heavy.
That might be hard to
abjuration.
crack.
It was all I could detect. I don't think a simple dispel would take care of that.
But it would seem if they would swap places, within the shifting of Dark and Light is when I imagine it would be at its weakest.
Well, that and when they let all the Void out, yeah. Or at least unguarded, so.
So essentially right now, Dark is at not the strongest at what it could be, considering there isn't that transition, so... Okay. I'm getting a better idea.
Sierra,
Go
would
ahead.
you... when you are ready, what did you call it? How would you... Yaskrai?
Yes. She just looks at him patiently. How does he look? Does he look confused?
Yeah, he's like trying to, because like he does all his stuff through like Dex and digital space. So he's just like, oh, you just like ask the air and it like works.
she'll hold out her left hand and just a ball of ice will suddenly form. It is magic of ours. Just how I can conjure ice. Melee and I have the capability to, as long as it is on the same planet, attempt to spy, so to speak, on a digital entity.
This would be less dangerous than me accessing the digital space in this regard, so...
Yes.
Well,
Last
kind
time
of.
we do it with Wiesen, if you recall.
Very well.
It's still dangerous in the sense that it can backfire, you know. Someone can see that we're looking at him, kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm. They could detect us.
Do they know it is you?
Considering what we're attempting to scry, it is likely they could Just as I'm able to detect if someone were to scry us, well, countermeasures and all that.
Yeah, potentially.
Very well. The time waits for nobody. Do you wish to scry upon Sheen, then?
I'm not ready to give up on Dark and Light, so to speak. I think we have the information we've gathered tells me it will be a fight where it's a race to zero. And one of our strongest defenses is offense. The longer that fight goes on, the harder it'll be for us to defeat them. And we're quite good at going in cannons blazing, so to speak. She'll try to elbow Melee, but it just goes through her ghost form.
This does make sense. But if we have the time frame, we will only gain more strength if we take upon Sheen and possibly learn even more that could assist us.
Well, Horaris, it's not like we can't look at both of them.
Seer nods.
We look at Dark and Light, and then we can just look at Sheen, too.
If you have the resources, then okay.
Well, that's why there's two of us.
The Seer gives a cheeky grin. We're very strong.
I've seen.
It's kind of a digital type spell that we're doing. You want to look at it, see if you can learn it? I don't know if it's quite right. I don't think it might not fit your type, but you could try.
Sure, I could try. Yes, I would like to observe if you do not mind.
Notluca raises another shadowy hand. Why don't you get that 3? I could probably bring out some information from this Light and Dark, Oshin. And he pulls out one of his many scrolls. I need as much information as I need about Light and Dark. And through that, I can get a brief description. He's trying to describe legend lore. The spell legend lore.
Nice.
Seer gets very excited. Oh, is that what I think it is, Doctor?
Yes. As long as not as long, excuse me. As much information as I get about a person, a place, or an object, I will be able to get a brief summary of what that thing, person, or place entails, or has. It's various in the information, maybe left around in riddles, but it's information nonetheless that we could use to our advantage.
Very well then.
Why don't you show him the spell, Melee? I'll be right back. She'll slither around to the melee boys. She'll do like a little clap, looking a bit more human than usual. I think with Dark and Light there is, don't get hit, but I think there's a chance both of you could do some real damage. If you're up for it.
I like the idea of this.
It would be welcomed for me to put in more effort than last time.
She'll note out. We didn't get a good look at Light's weapon, not yet, but Dark. It has this orb that powers up through various abilities. And with each of those power-ups, the damage it will do, it's necrotic. And it will hurt. But if we hurt it first, I think we could do it together.
Best defense is the best offense. Yes, good.
Mm-hmm.
You have my sword for whatever path we choose.
Would you like
Just
to watch?
Sorry?
Would you like to watch? I may be able to project through Moto. Perhaps you could find more information that you need.
Ooh, yes, perfect. Good.
She'll go back over here.
So,
That would be beneficial.
it magic, you know, you cast it with a couple different things. Like you got the way your hands move, and you got the way your voice moves, and you got the object you use to kind of focus it through.
Oh, don't forget the symbols.
Well, yeah, that's how your hands move. So the way I like to do this one, because it's divination type, right? So you're thinking about someone else. So whatever hand you cast with, you know, take your other hand, your free hand, and for me, I tap my forehead twice because I'm thinking hard, right? Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then you gotta. It sounds silly, but you gotta say the way to activate the spell. And she kind of goes a shade of pink, like she's embarrassed. For this one, I say, "Peekaboo, I see you."
Oh,
You can say whatever you want, long as it, you know, makes the magic work.
okay.
Yeah, and
Peekaboo, I see you!
yes, thank you,
Gotta say
Shira.
that. You have to say that.
When you cast, you have to.
If that's how it works, then okay.
Oh, yeah, yep. And then you just kind of you focus on your object that's holding all the magic in your casting hand, right? Okay, and it works. That's how it does. Here, Sierra and I will demonstrate. Okay, y'all can try later.
I'm normally used to physical attributes to achieve my goals. Yes.
Sure. Maybe tilt her head.
Meaning like
Shall I-
touching his decks and stuff.
Oh,
I go first, Melee.
yeah. That's kind of like your hand sign. That works. You wanted me to go first, Sierra?
I was suggesting I should go first.
Oh, please do. By all means.
Okay. She'll use her her unseen servant so she can sit down because she knows this is quite taxing. And she'll hold Moto in her lap like the teddy bear she treats him as usually. Are we able to do? This is for you, Arcadum. So it's a wisdom saving throw the target makes. Can we assist each other with this spell to do advantage for that?
Negative.
Okay. And she'll hold Moto like a teddy bear, hoping it'll help her detect if it's trying to scry them back. And she'll use Melee's peekaboo, I see you.
Not Luca chuckles a little bit at that.
Melee turns an embarrassed shade of pink.
Okay. I'll roll with a -2.
Okay. Excuse me.
DC is?
Ica doesn't impact my DC, right?
Mm-mm.
Can I chant this?
Yeah.
Okay. Little bit more said that it's a 10-minute cast time. Sierra will add actually her devil chant to it, so instead of sitting down, she'll actually do a full circle and give a meaningful look at everyone that they should not step inside her devil circle.
Just realizes that he's within the proximity, just gets away.
She'll be dumping some blood, making some sigils.
Just stands in the doorway, like
Her little human attributes she had earlier with clapping with the no, full demonic.
Like
My DC
peeking
will
from around
be-
the corner.
16 plus 5, 21.
Xenos resistant to this view.
Hit.
bit of blood on his shoe.
Oh, actually, and then I can use the DC for that. 22. I really want to get an intelligence +1 item. I've been sitting at 19 intelligence the lifetime of Sierra.
Alright, here we go. Fail.
All right. A 2! Okay, let me scroll up. So the duration is 10 minutes. How do you want to play this out, Arcadum?
You're observing it.
Okay. Let's see here. And it doesn't make checks regularly to know if I'm observing it. It's just one attempt.
You don't know any of that.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. You can see and hear through the senses as if you were there. Sensor moves within the target, remain within 10 feet of it. Okay. Okay.
You're looking at light.
Is that a question or a statement?
I'm asking you. Which one are you looking at? Light or dark?
I would have gone for the one that's up in the sky, not in the sphere.
Okay. You see light just being the sun.
Okay.
Blinded.
It suddenly gets really bright in there.
Oh wait, not Luca gets the fuck away from that.
Santa pulls down his head.
Kira has her human question mark eyes closed, but she'll use her hands to manipulate Moto to open his mouth, and she's just replaying what she's seeing for everyone who's looking. I would like to roll. Can I do Arcana for abilities, or is it martial?
Since you're looking through a digital scry, you can use Arcana.
Beautiful. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 abilities we don't know. Can I just roll 4 times and go from there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Which one would you like to learn?
All but Blessed Day. We know Blessed Day.
Okay. I'll go in order then.
Okay.
Light, the what could be, states this. Whenever hit points within the creature's absolute territory be increased, the light sphere gains 1 charge.
Okay.
Uh-oh. That probably counts for our hit points too, doesn't it?
Yep.
Ew.
Day breaks states the following. Whenever this creature expends 5 charges on their dark sphere attack, this creature gains an additional light sphere. If HP is at 50% or lower, this also attacks with the current light sphere. With the current light spheres, sorry.
Oh. Interesting. Is that a permanent? Like an ever-increasing amount of light spheres?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yikers. I can't copy that one for whatever reason. Can you guys copy that?
Let's see.
Doesn't
I
let
cannot
me-
Oh, I can't.
Weird.
No.
God damn it.
But, I mean, we could just type it real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't get why it sometimes doesn't work. I still
The other
haven't
ones
figured
are
that out.
working. Okay. Wrath of Day, please.
Wrath of Day.
It looks like a different font.
This ability becomes available after an enemy is struck 3 times by a dark sphere, or if an enemy is critically hit by a dark sphere. Bonus action. All enemies must make a DC 22 dexterity saving throw, or take 10d6 radiant damage. If HP is at 50% or lower, this ability also heals dark and light for an equal amount.
Interesting.
Okay.
So that goes with Rage of Night, because that's also Rage of Night is also Dark Sphere.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's supposed to be Light Sphere. That's my mistake.
Oh,
Wrath of Day is Light Sphere. Apologies.
and on that one I can only highlight the if HP is 50% or lower. I'll just copy down what's in Rage of Night and change it to...
I mean, sorry, that's my mistake. Copying them.
Light Sphere, 10d6 Radiant. And if it's 50% or higher, no, or lower. Okay, got it. And then Celestial Rift.
Action. This creature creates a 20-foot area in a place it can see. Damage sources made against it from and through the space have that source's damage reduced by an amount equal to 10 for each charge on the light sphere. At 25%, this space attacks with a light sphere whenever a dark sphere attack would be made.
Is that like a 2D circle is made? The 20-foot area?
It would be easier to think of it like a beam of light that goes up or to the side. It's if the attack goes through
cylinder?
it. It's a cylinder,
A cylinder?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
20-foot area. Parentheses.
And the attack that it makes at 25% HP or less, is that only within this space, or does it have the normal range that the light sphere does?
It has the range of the light sphere, and the origin point of the attack is that rift.
Okay, got it.
And the attack is made whenever the ability is activated.
Okay.
Okay.
Or whenever it's triggered by a dark sphere attack, I mean. Go ahead.
I'd like to move on to equipment. Go ahead, Essie.
Oh, can it be dispelled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dispellable. I don't think that's a word.
Now it is.
Well,
We can make it up.
It follows the same parameters as the digital dispels of previous angels you fought.
Okay. Of those abilities, let's see, was there anything in there that could also be... Ooh, the spheres. Okay, I'd like to do equipment. We're missing Light Sphere and Twilight Horizon. Are those also Arcana?
And dark equipment, by the way.
Yep.
I'm only looking at light right now.
Yeah.
Okay, 25 and 24.
Light sphere does this.
Okay. And Twilight Horizon, please.
Here's a big one.
Yeah, there you go.
This ability can only be used if an enemy has been struck by a light sphere and a dark sphere in one round.
Trigger.
This ability triggers as soon as it can be used. All enemies on the battlefield take force damage equal to the total charges of both light and dark spheres. Abyssal rifts explode with energy doing necrotic damage equal to this amount. Celestial rifts explode with this energy doing radiant damage equal to this amount. If HP is at 50% or lower, this ability creates an abyssal and celestial rift.
The rift that they create, does that then explode?
No.
Okay. It's stationary.
Okay. Melee people. Ooh. Rip.
Cool. Okay.
Equal to the amount of the charges, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said earlier it doesn't have an AC, so should I just put NA, not applicable?
It's 14.
Oh, 14, okay.
Well.
It has dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, stat array is the next thing that I would like to know. Oof, 15.
It's enough.
Just enough.
stat array is as follows: 14 strength, 18 dex, 16 con, 22 int, in which it is proficient, 22 wisdom, in which it is proficient, and 30 charisma, in which it is proficient.
Whoa, that is insane.
Man, they have that riz.
I'm going to remove attack statistics as an area, guys, since it has those spheres down below.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
Movement speed, please. 24.
It has a fly speed of 120 feet with hover.
No ground movement?
No, it does not walk on the ground.
Okay, naturally hovering. Got it.
It is not a filthy ground walker.
Damn.
Looks at
And-
Lulu.
We only get traits when we start the fight. I can't ask for traits now.
Correct.
Okay. And battlefield, we saw that. Okay. Are we missing anything for light, guys?
Just taking a
Don't
quick glance
think
over.
so.
Okay. Seer will sit there. No, she's standing. In the middle of her blood circle, holding Moto, projecting it. Teeth clenched, eyes squinted closed because it's so bright. And she'll try to murmur out against the focus she has. Anything else you want to see?
No, believe light has been uncovered.
She'll let the spell fade.
Okay.
She doesn't quite fall, but she will, she'll just sit on the ground and wiggle her tentacles around in the blood to, kind of erase her circle. Oh,
Are you okay?
well, it's taxing. But it was worth it.
Try and help her up.
Sierra's actually inner delighted that he's not. She'll take his hand.
What doesn't say anything about the pool of blood? Doesn't ignores it for now.
Well, I worry. She's addressing Melee. I worry if you attempt dark. I think we were lucky with that.
Yeah.
I would like to, but it's a risk.
Sira and Melee, how many times can you do this in one day?
Checks notes. It's if they fail, we can't do it for 24 hours. Look here. Well, it's limited to the magical capability we can channel. At our current power, twice each, as long as we're not detected.
Well, theoretically we could do a little more, because I've got that orb that...
That's true.
But, yeah. Twice for sure. Maybe a little more, unless we get seen. If we get seen, well, that's kind of it for the day.
Why do you ask, Uvaris? What do you have in mind?
No, I'm just gauging the the rest of our information, and if it is very taxing, I do not wish to exhaust you. If you believe that going for dark right now is risky, perhaps Melee, would you look upon Sheen if you could?
I think that would be a better call. There. Would she use the word wisdom in game? That's fair, right? To be wise.
Yeah. Wisdom is a
Yeah.
real thing.
Okay.
Yeah. The real thing?
It is.
Of course it is.
Dark's wisdom is, it's greater than mine.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're quite lucky I chose to use that chant. I worry Melee without any augmentations, it would detect us. Sheen, though, she'll brighten up a little bit. From the little bit we know, it seemed more like Wiesen. Unlikely it could be wise.
That's not the nicest thing to say.
Oh. That's all she says.
But sure, I could try for Sheen. I would rather not try for Dark, honestly. We're far too close. If we upset Sheen just a little bit, well, got a couple days to come find us, so you know.
That was my thinking as well. She'll snap her fingers and her whole circle of blood just instantly disappears. I'm going to sit down. Sits on her soul servant.
Are you prepared, Melee? Do you need assistance?
Nah, I'm good. And she'll just kind of cross her legs and float above the ground, because, you know, ghost.
Oh, cool. Backs up.
No, I'm like 5 inches from the floor. What you want?
Just have visions of you in combat, just bringing the light, the power of the astral sea, like out of your hands.
Oh, well, I don't think it's going to be that bad. And she'll tap her head twice and say, "Peekaboo, I see you." And
Oh my god.
try to look at Sheen.
DC?
I think it's just a 16. I think it's just, unless it's, I don't know.
Rolling. Not today.
Oof. You'll notice that Melee kind of like sinks to the ground and actually lands for a minute before kind of sort of bouncing back up to float again. Well, nope, didn't work.
Oh, not successful.
Hang on, let me check something real quick.
Oops. Keep flipping.
Since it didn't work, Cyril will actually get up suddenly and go sit immediately next to Melee. With Moto. Right. She'll poke Moto in the horn. Keep a tongue out.
Blech.
Do you want to try again, Melee?
Well, I actually think it's not working so well because we don't know hardly anything about him, you know? We knew a little bit about Light and Dark, kind of sort of what they look like, where they were, right? You had an easier chance of it.
I meant with Dark. We can't.
Oh.
I could try with Sheen, but you have one more shot. You could try with Dark.
Gosh.
It's risky, but you could try.
Okay. I guess.
Cyril will give her an encouraging smile.
Reversal monk ass.
Let's see. I don't think chanting's gonna work quite the same way it did for you, for me.
Well, it'll give you just a little bit of extra help. And if mine is used, well, I suppose if you wanted to, you might as well use yours.
Yeah. So what would the DC be if I chanted?
17, baby. You get a +1 to DC.
Okay. Alright. I guess we'll try again. And she'll float 5 inches off the ground and cast the spell.
Peekaboo!
Peekaboo, I see you with chant.
Oof! No, not Sheen, Dark.
Not Sheen.
Dark Arcadum.
Dark. We're going for Dark this time.
Oh.
Which probably is still a no, but you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I passed it on the die I rolled, so.
17, yeah. Okay.
Melee lands on the ground again, and this time stays on the ground. Nope.
Well, good try. Stay within me for 30 feet for the rest of the day, Bailey.
All right.
Seer kind of giggles a little bit. We'll be friends. Quite close.
Alright. So what should I look into? Light and dark or Sheen?
Well, I'd like to complete the information set on dark if we could.
Didn't you also say you needed information for it to work better?
Well, we do know a lot more about those two, so we can start with that then. Let me see. It's the first time I'll cast this, so Arcadum, could you help me with the description of what this would look like? Casting legend lore.
Oh boy.
Why does this happen every time? Not Luca does something, it's just like, oh no. But I mean, I guess I could flavor text this a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
however you
Luca
wanna do
would.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not Luca will just stand in the middle with as much space afforded to him, and he starts to whisper some silent words, and much like how he casts his dark and light energies, his order and chaos, they spill around him like wafting waves, and his eyes, white, turn gold as his hands extend out of him. Almost like the stance of prayer or praise. And he looks up to the sky as he looks towards where he would assume light is and dark is. His mind open. Ready to receive. Let me put that in the chat for you. Boop.
Yeah, I know what Legend Lore does.
Oh yeah, I was just putting it in there for the others to read.
Give me a second.
Oh, does this require money to cast? I didn't really quite
Yeah.
get an answer to that. Okay, so it is the 250.
It also requires you to tell me a week ahead of time that you're going to cast it on something. Thankfully, I suspected that you were, but keep in mind that Legend Lore is a spell that I have to prep for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
But anyway.
Let me take away 250 gold. 375. You just see like gold just kind of spilling around him and then disintegrating as he casts the spells. Or the spell.
I know takes notes. 250 gone.
How much does Sano have left? Or like how much is left in the treasury? Treasurer.
32,648.
Not poor. Kind
Not poor.
Give me just a second.
Of course, of course. I guess you guys could take PP breaks.
That's true, I do need to pee. I'll be right back.
I will pee.
Right here.
I am.
No, the gamer chair with the piano. Oh, that never escapes me.
What? Who put on their chair?
It's that chair, the concept of a chair for gamers. That if they have to go, they just piss because there's like a compartment.
Gamer chair with a catheter. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Oh, pee compartment.
it's gross.
Oh, I like that. Then there's no reason to get up at all.
Yeah, you can game, piss and shit, and keep
Piss
going.
and shit.
Yeah.
And the other one?
I think there might be a bag needed for that somewhere.
We'll work on that later.
Yeah, we'll workshop that.
Wow, we got a lot of information this time.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
We got awful lot of information about Dark and Light and none about Sheen.
This is why I want
So
Sheen as well, because I want like 8 weeks to think about Dark and Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark and Light is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are, like... I mean... It is right that our melee fighters, like, this time around can, like, actually deal out their damage that they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
In parentheses, me included. But they are, even though they are glass cannons with their AC, all of their abilities build around taking damage.
They don't even care about taking damage.
Yeah, they don't. They want to take damage, which is the problem.
Yeah.
We obviously need to give them the damage.
Yeah, we'll
But they gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gonna retaliate with fucking
A
like
bomb.
immense amount. Yeah, they fucking like shoot out like freaking nukes one after another.
Yeah.
What
An
is
atomic
the-
bomb.
Because, for example, for Mulu, every time you hit and deal damage, they gain charges.
Do they have to see us? No. Doesn't look like it.
No.
What are your ACs, Mulu and Sano?
Mine,
Let's see.
19.
19 when I'm in a heavy digital presence.
Oh, mine is actually 21 when I activate my harness. Because I
Yeah.
gain haste.
Because they have a plus 15 to hit, so they're going to be hitting like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
often, like all the
Oh, yeah.
time.
Yeah, they're gonna hit with their squeeze basically everyone. So if they like focus on one person and they get the freaking Twilight thing off, the Twilight Horizon, that's just like they attack one person and then attack every person and just do this every time.
Oh fuck.
And the light sphere and dark sphere is anyone they can see, right? It doesn't matter how far they are.
I don't actually know. We never got the range,
Oh, right.
or if it's maybe melee. I wouldn't assume it was melee. No, because it sounded like it was a ranged attack. But yeah, they're gonna hit like dump trucks, freaking every time they shoot out. And then they like their weapons scale over time and stuff like that. Like the right way to do is obviously to just go guns in blazing and do as much damage as possible so they can deal least amount of damage in least amount of rounds.
Yeah,
But
then
they
they'll
still
gain-
but they still have 850 HP. We're not getting through that, and we cannot I feel like
Both of them take damage whenever one of them takes damage. It's the opposite
Exactly.
territory.
yes.
Yeah.
So
To 100 to 1.
we
you
need
actually-
so we need to get 850 damage in total. That's if I figured it out correctly, that is at least 3 rounds.
We need to do
'Cause-
425 if they don't heal whatsoever.
No, I feel like one of them has 850.
No, like because their HP is a shared pool. So if we can do 425 damage within those 3 rounds, then they would be.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was
defeated.
I thought it was basically either one of them has 850 and we guns blaze them down. Right, right, but they both go down
Mhm.
from 850 as a maximum. I thought the maximum was 850, not 425. Because if it's 425, that's much more doable.
Yeah.
It'll depend if they're both targetable.
Mm-hmm. What?
Well, I
what?
assume they're both targetable because they're both gonna move.
Mhm.
But they count as the same being, so I assume they have as a whole 850 HP. Regardless of which one you hit, you take away from the same pool, which is 850. That's what I assume.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I don't think we can get it from all this. I wanted to know how many initiatives it has.
It's true. And also, if
Well-
we're going against it, like, would it be just ideal to go against one of them? But then it's just like if one's defeated, the other one would show up at some point. So it'll be like taking turns, or because fighting them together, that's when they're strongest. So wouldn't it just be more ideal to
I feel like that's
like
not
fight one and then do the other?
I don't think we'll have that luxury.
I feel like fighting one will bring the other one to the same location. Like it'll notice
At
and
some
come
point,
down
yeah.
and fight. Although that is
Like-
an interesting point. Maybe Twilight or like sunrise or sunset is not the best time to fight, because then wouldn't both of them be strongest?
Yeah, so like fighting
Yeah.
them when they're kind of like separated could be a strategy to look at, and then maybe whatever we find out with the sphere, if we find out anything, we can try to manipulate who could be active at that time.
We also still
that's
have
even
the DOS
possible.
suits, right? The
Also, we're
busters.
just taking the sun away from Oasis.
I'm sure there will be a way to fix that.
Damn. What? That would be so alarming to the people. They're just like, who took the sun?
We are gonna put it back. We just have to cleanse it.
I mean, yeah. The point is we don't kill the sun, we just cleanse it and put it back.
Right.
It's basically like the meme of SpongeBob where you just take out the light bulb, you clean it up a little bit and put it back.
Yeah, we're doing maintenance.
Exactly.
We are your maintenance
Basically.
workers.
We
just have to slap the crap out of this light bulb real quick. Mhm.
Exactly. Let's just say the light bulb has a very hard shell that we have to get through until we can perform the maintenance.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, I very much assume they have 850 as a total, which then would mean at least 3 rounds, and that is with high luck, and I don't think that's gonna go that well. So I feel like 4 rounds probably, probably even 5 depending on how they roll. And the longer this fight goes on, they just keep on stacking.
All right, I'm ready for Legend Lore.
All right.
Ready?
Nice.
Throw one here?
Hit us. Hold on.
Yes.
Essie?
Is Essie and Waymaker here?
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay. Essie also?
Lolly?
Yo, what up, fat cock? Let's roll!
Oh
We're
my
all here.
god.
Good.
Alright, hit
Excellent.
us up.
Oh gosh.
All right, here we go. As you legend lore upon dark and light, dark, the what is, and light, the what could be, twin angels were once a singular entity. Before the crash on Band, they were a singular angel. The master of movement and guardian of their astral journey. The second in command, long since lost to Hades. Dark and light were once Twilight, so it shall be. If dark and light are faced at the apex of dawn or dusk, and the chronometer is halted, two shall become one, and their madness is multiplied. This reveals a optional boss fight, in which you can choose to fight Twilight, so it shall be, who has the following parameters. Twilight, so it shall be, has a power level of 17. Its absolute territory is Edge of Twilight.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
Edge of Twilight stipulates whenever one enemy is defeated, all enemies are incapacitated for 3 rounds.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
F off.
It has the following loot: a prismatic loot cache, weapon of a lost lord, codex of band, and an angelic boon.
Whoa.
Bro, the temptation.
Here you go. I put all this information here for you. Also, this is what Twilight, so it shall be, looks like.
Oh my god.
Whoa, they
that
look
looks
so
really
cool.
Not a single toe in sight.
That no, not a single toe.
But this is very cool.
Bro,
That is
That is
so
what Legend
cool.
Lore reveals.
you can't give this to us.
This is insane. Like,
This is all not Luca's fault.
Does
I
that
was
how is this my fault?
Fighting at dawn and dusk is really, really bad.
I'm
does
gonna
that
legend
image
lore.
match one of the
Yeah,
missing 2 angels, the hidden 2 angels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. What's interesting is that they're the second in command
Yeah.
to Hades.
But that whole 3 rounds, no, nothing at all is.
Bro, it's literally, he knocks, like, the scaling damage, and then knocks one person out. Everybody's knocked out.
That's a GG, pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
literally GG.
It's bad
What
news
the-
bears.
Does Twilight use the abilities of Dark and Light together?
Negative. It's a completely new
Different.
creature.
Okay.
Oh,
Completely
no.
new creature. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh no.
No, my
And
god.
if we go to face Dark and Light at dusk or dawn,
That's
Yes.
when they
6 p.m. to 6
become.
p.m.
Yeah, that is when
No,
both
no,
are
let me
present,
explain.
because they become one.
If you face them at dusk or dawn, and then halt the chronometer, they become
Oh.
Twilight.
Yeah, we have to stop.
Oh, okay.
You gotta stop
Halt
the clock
command.
on them.
The sphere.
Yeah.
That we don't have the key for.
Oh
Mm.
no.
Or the means to manipulate.
Yeah, the means.
Well, there's one way to stop it.
Break it.
I might have an idea. I might
mean-
have an idea. You just smash it on the floor. Just kidding.
Nothing a good katana slash cannot fix. Am I right?
Boo! Don't break my goodies!
Sphere is halted.
I'm not gonna break them, I'm gonna slash them in half.
There you go.
Alright.
Thank you.
Not Luca. He kind of telephones this sort of information almost like he's in a trance. Like he's describing the history of the twin angels. How they were the guardian of movement and second in command to Hades. There were once Twilight, one being separated into 2. And the most strongest form is when they're combined, halted at dawn or dusk by the sphere that they had discovered. They're significantly stronger this way. And prismatic powers could be learned or gained here. In this encounter, I want to say.
That is quite something to uncover, not to look at.
The light from his eyes start to fade as he kind of hovers down the energy's dissipating. Oof. That is... They are powerful.
Zaino will perk up. Before any discussion about the taking this fight on, deciding for it or not, and any of that, I will just say this straight out. This fight, Twilight, is not possible at this current level. If we wanted to do that, we need to get stronger.
I agree. We are not at the proper power level to even deal with them at that point.
We were thinking even just plain old Light and Dark were going to be a struggle. Fighting something called Twilight would be... no.
Yes.
No.
That feel when I attack you with an ability that's your campaign name feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When your stomach just sinks to your feet. Yeah.
My God, that was quick. Okay, that was a great name drop. That was a super sick reveal.
Even
God.
more reason we should seek out angels like Sheen. Gain more strength, information.
Siri's notably quiet. She's lost in her own head right now.
I know.
That
Thanos
does
actually
shift
took-
priorities, though.
Do we have any means of seeking information from Sheen for today? Has anybody?
I could try to... Well, no. I don't know enough about them.
I could use one of my decks to access the digital space, but it goes both ways, as you say, yes?
Maybe I could magically scry on them.
That is what Sira has done, yes?
Yes. Let me look at scrying. It's just a DC, wisdom DC.
It's the one that Sira mainly
Yeah.
did. I mean,
But I'm not confident I'll be able to look into anything at this current time. And lack of information.
Can you try?
I could, but
It might be more
Let's
worth
see.
it to just go the old-fashioned way. We pretty much know for a fact that we're not going to do Light and Dark, correct? Or at least not right now.
Great.
Shakes his head.
Well, then if that's the case, I know the Void Kalik is a problem, and will continue to be a problem until we get it fixed, but it might be better to just kind of pack up camp and move on over to a different town for a little bit and work on the angels there.
It does, as Sira has done before, to instantly allow us to move positions from one to another, yes?
It works a little easier if we know where we're going.
Sira, is this something you could do?
Thanos sits down and ponders.
She doesn't respond. She's staring straight ahead, not listening.
Sira?
She's thinking, it looks like. We could try, but there's a chance that we'd get it wrong and we'd go to some other place instead. Which may or may not be worse than, showing up uninvited in a town.
I see. It is, just the distance of Sheen is quite some way. If we are going, even by our transportation, it would still take far too long.
I mean, we could try... Oh, excuse me.
No, please.
No, I was just about to remind you that Misha did say that there were some land vessels that we could try to repair and acquire to help with travel time, but that is a elective thing we could do if we're worried about that.
Even that, it will take possible weeks to arrive on the other side of the Oasis.
Hmm.
The problem is this: we kind of, if we want to fix the problems here with the whole Voidgo, there's no other way than using the teleport. If we use any kind of land travel, it will take so long that the whole Voidka will contaminate the whole oasis, which would make it inhabitable. And that would, we don't even know how far it could spread. Maybe it could even spread to this temple.
Well, yeah, but we've only got like 4 days before the vodka percentage gets a little worse.
Which we,
And I don't think we're gonna get strong enough to fight Light and Dark or even Twilight in just 4 days.
Which is why we have to do this.
Which is why I think Sheen is like the best way to do it. If we teleport there, maybe take a day there, scout out, then fight Sheen, and come back. There would be 3 days. The way back, as far as I understood from Sierra's explanation of how her teleport works, is that when we go back, since she knows this place better, that is basically guaranteed.
Zero suddenly reach out.
Oh.
And try to grasp Melee, forgetting that Melee's incorporeal.
Melee will solidify and hold on.
Melee, it's related.
Huh?
It's all related.
Yeah? Related to what?
You remember, right, on Valkus? You remember what we saw at the edge?
Mm-hmm.
If Dark and Light was created by Taladon, what is Taladon trying to accomplish?
Well, yes. I figured as much as well.
You did? What am I missing?
Oh gosh, I forget. Who was there? Effie was there. Who else saw?
The
what we
boys
saw?
weren't there.
The boys weren't there.
All the boys weren't there. They don't know.
Habaris was there.
Was he?
Was I there?
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
I don't think Habaris was with the boys.
He wasn't with us. Yeah.
He was with
when
the
they were
nerds.
looking at they were looking at the
At the deities.
the entity that
Habaris was there.
I thought I was there for a bit, and then you guys would decide to go invisible, and I left. I wasn't sure if it was after or before that point.
Oh, maybe. Okay, that I don't know.
Remember I asked you to ask a question for me, Melee?
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
So we all don't know.
I assume he wasn't there. Like, that's best of my memory that he wasn't there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, basically, we saw some crazy stuff out at the edge. Siri, you want to explain it or shall I?
She'll look at Havar. Sarah looks a little crazy right now, pretty wild, as she's putting connections together. To be clear, this is Sarah in character. This is not me. It's the sectors, Havaris. You remember when I was talking about the planets? These are all just one sector. There's 12 other. You remember, right, Havaris?
Yes, I recall. Yes, the sectors.
The sector to the north of ours. That's the one that was, for the Taladon records, that's the one that's at war with us. That's the one that
sector.
The Taladoni fell, fighting. That was Taladon's folly. He was trying to do it alone. But what we found at Vulcus, it was the railway. The attempt to expedite the war to get troops over there, and it clearly wasn't finished. Something interrupted it, but what was there, it was some sort of entity. She'll start to look around at everyone else. And the only name we got was the Edge of Twilight. I don't quite know how or when, I can't remember it, one band was attempted to be colonized. But I think it was before the fall of the Taladani. I think we should ask these angels. They're 2,000 years old. It's no wonder they're mad.
Verus will begin to absorb that.
Wait, so this angel, light and dark, now we realize is also known as Twilight, once combined, may have something to do with that entity at the edge of our... What did you call it?
He's basically a wall of cloud at the edge of the dream.
I'd been meaning to ask, I don't like saying his name, Father Fear, about it. It's in the dream. He would know. He would know what it is, but I haven't gotten around to it because, well, it's Woad. He's rather, She'll start to move her arms around like she does when she gets a little overwhelmed. Frightening.
Like
Not Luca squints, remembering.
No, it would have been... Band would have been after the fall of Taladon.
It is at this point that there is a flash of purple light that accentuates the entirety of the temple. You will feel a sonic force of subthermal sound echo throughout the entire area, shaking the temple and throwing those of you with weak strength to the ground.
Well, that can't be good.
What was that?
A storm is coming.
Mulu,
You're outside.
Mulu, as you are outside, you will see a streak of beams of purple light etch across the sky.
A storm is coming, everybody down! And I'll hit the deck.
What?
Wait,
Then-
what?
A second burst.
Not Luca wobbles in the air as he's floating from the force of it.
Melee floats outside with her Varus.
No, you idiots! It will get worse.
As you look up, you will see beams of light scorching across the sky. Of purple light piercing through.
What sort of check would I do to recognize said light?
And then, another pulse. Suddenly, through the clouds above, you will see a burst of fire. And something, like a falling star or falling vessel, will fall to the earth just outside of Oasis.
That was my boyfriend, you guys.
Boom.
No, it was extra Mimir shooting whatever came down.
Wait,
What was that?
And that is where I will call the session right there.
oh no.
Fantastic.
Oh, is
yeah,
it what I
same.
think it is?
We have
Is
to
it
go
almost
crack it open.
time?
God.
Oh,
Okay.
Was this the first action we saw of Hexer Memory?
I really did want to roll to see if it was Folly's light or if it was.
No, that was
one
Hex
of the Angel's
Trevor's light. He was shooting
It was-
somebody down. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
purple. It's purple.
yeah,
with
purple.
Purple. I
Oh.
said purple for a reason.
Is
Hey,
my
I know.
boyfriend?
It's
At
a,
first,
it's
I
a
wanted to
freaking.
see if it was light and dark, but then when it was purple, I was like, "Oh wait, that's something else."
No, it's a freaking air defense from freaking Hexer Memory.
And this is why we don't take the harpy out to go fight Sheen or anything like that.
No, that's not a good idea.
I mean, to be fair, you could.
We could. Yeah.
Why?
I think we should do it. It's just flirting.
Yeah.
Not all of us want to date
Launching
an angel.
launching hellish
Well,
nukes.
golly gee willikers, I noticed you got a
Flirtation.
big gun.
I got one too. They're very manly and tough.
In my pants. Please take a look.
They're very manly. Tough.
Spits. It lands on my chest. Yes, good, perfect.
Oh. Oh.
God, Mulan is such a great movie, dude.
Never seen it.
Oh no, Sano. We are going to have a movie night. You and me.
Say it ain't no. All right, here we go. We have the Masters of Stealth,
Classic.
Deadlock Network offline. Hold on, let me log in.
I remember those Apple computers.
Yeah.
Oh my
Getting
god.
all the
inside
colors.
computer. God, I do not look at the GIF at the top right. I don't know what's going on there. That's
I was
am-
staring at that for a hot minute. I was like, whoa.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hopping on in, having a good time. You guys are great. I'll see you in a couple hours for what's with that dark sermon.
Oh, for Materia? I hear Materia is going to be around here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Okay, bye bye.